like, subscribe, and make sure to hit the notification bell. Now, enjoy the video.
And so it begins. The previous answer was to subscribe. Story: you have just been created. You are a spirit formed of ethereal essence. The droplets of the higher plane tickle you from all directions. Before you is a weaving of gold and another spirit shining bright with light. It seems to be awaiting your own first action. Your action choices. Who are you? What am I? Why am I? Attempt to touch the other spirit. Lash out and try to attack it. Stare. The previous answer was to attempt to touch the other spirit. Next stage. You try and reach ahead to grasp at the other spirit, but you feel nothing. The other is formless, and from as far as you could tell, simply transcendent of you. But while you could not touch it, it could touch you. You see the light swirl around your own form, giving gentle pulls and touches, granting you the feeling you tried to get, allowing you to conceive of it. You hear a soft laughter coming from the other spirit. My creation, how curious you are. I'm sure you will do many great things as I have made you for great purpose. But first, we must make you an identity. We must discover who you are. You hear the spirit tell you, but you cannot begin to even feel its voice. You simply knew those exact words. I have made a space, a world, vast and expansive and lush and pure, for all my children. You are one of them, and you the last of the line, and the greatest yet. You detect from it. It makes a brilliant and gleaming burst of light, revealing many colors, many elements. This world, it is one of many of my known. I would consider it the primal world. It has many of its own features, own unique ways. I have prepared many of them for you to choose. Already, more of my children have taken their own. Now you will too. Your action choices are: you choose the domain of darkness, blissful and primordial. You choose the domain of the wind, powerful and imposing. You choose the domain of lightning, governing and strict. You choose the domain of malevolence, gaunt, grim and precise. You choose the domain of ice, cold and peaceful and calm. You choose the domain of mind, elegant, invasive, and efficient. The previous answer was, you choose the domain of malevolence, gaunt, grim and precise. Next stage. I see. You are the idea of evil. That which turns and twists. I cannot say I would chosen that personally, but I gave you choice, and I'm glad you choose nonetheless, my beloved child. I hope you will at least love me as father regardless of your nature, for I care. Another brilliant burst of light. This time, shadow crept behind the other transcendent spirit. The shadows danced to make new forms. Now we must find what makes you, you. Are you the black goat who deceives? Are you the man who turns? Are you the dragon that destroys? Or something else entirely? Something words cannot match. Once you have chosen, describe your specific details and features. Your action choices are: the black goat / animalistic or demonic, the man / humanoid, the dragon / beastly, the otherworldly / eldritch, angelic or alien. The previous answer was the otherworldly / eldritch, angelic or alien. Next stage. The mirror. Oh, how all could see evil in it. The light blinds and slowly, the transcendent spirit takes another form. It now appears as a gleaming entity composed of crystalline white gold. Take me in, my child. I am Akasha. I'm the Logos, the All, the Definer, the Sustainer, the Architect behind all things. I'm Maker, Ruler, and Lord. I'm that from which all came. I'm the one who wields absolute power, gnosis, and presence. I'm Infinity, the Supreme Being, and I have given you some of my powers, child. Like all my children, I have made you to rule. I shall bequeath unto you a realm, the most serene realm that I have constructed yet. It is alive, sprawling with waters and grass and rock. Its surfaces sport the most intrinsic features. Its mountains rise high, and its air flows. Fluttering along its ways, and crawling the ground, and treading its paths are many fauna that I put in that realm. But first, I must ask, curious of your own thoughts, a question. Akasha extends his mighty hand, motioning to you. Can you find it in yourself to love me as a father, for I created you? Your action choices are, of course, Father, I know no such thing as love. Father, I do not know such a thing as love yet. Father, I will overturn you. Father, and I will rule in your place and sit your throne. Try and attack Akasha. The previous answer was, I do not know such a thing as love yet, Father. Next stage. This is only natural. You have yet to be exposed to many concepts already. There will come a time when you can understand. Akasha outspread his arms then, and myriad of bright specks came outward, filling the horizon. Behold the stars. There are billions burning brightly in this sky, in all skies. Do you see the closer one over there? Its hue is orange and fiery red from how you can tell, but it is entirely white in truth. I call it Sol. It is a sun. It is the very center of this universe, and the beacon from which life can prosper and grow with. Around Sol orbits many other celestial bodies, material, and thick. I call them planets. They comprise realms in this one big solar system. You are a god, a divinity much like ours. I have already stated, you are the last and greatest of my children. you will receive the greatest realm in this solar system. I have created 2 attributes that help determine identity as well for this world. I have made masculinity and femininity. I urge you to tell me, my child, which of these do you lean more closer to? Your action choices are: we are a more masculine god. We are a more feminine goddess. The previous answer was, we are a more masculine god. Next stage, a sun. You are a sun. I see. Space moved at the command of Akasha, and there was now visible a large celestial body, glistening with pure land and water and air. It was the most beautiful object that could be seen in the entire solar system. Behold your realm. It is nameless for now. I have decided to give you the honors of naming this realm for yourself. With a snap of his finger, the transcendent creator produced a disc-like object that hummed with gnosis and power. Outside of creation lies the beyond, and beyond the beyond is my own realm, the ultimate reality. The library palatial. It is there that I hold and keep a vast device, an infinite store, the epicenter of metaphysics as I have defined them. They are called the Akashic Records, wherein all knowledge and power is kept in totality. This disc is but one piece of the records, and while it holds no power on its own, it holds gnosis. Gnosis is the knowledge of the divines. With this imparted gnosis, I am sure you will be able to accomplish much. Before I set you loose to your realm, my child, I must make clear that you have a task as part of your purpose. I intend for you, like all my children, to make something on your own. Like me, I wish for you to create new things, whatever you want. In some time, I will return to record your progress. I am sure you will do a fine job. Go now, to thine own realm, my child, and create. Your action choices are: you have my thanks, Father. The previous answer was, you have my thanks, Father. Next stage, a sun. You are a sun. I see. With that, Akasha returns to being light before vanishing altogether. You feel yourself rapidly moving at the planet at relativistic speeds, and in practically no time, you find yourself on the surface of your new realm. You manifest as a mirror, though as a god you could take on any shape, but it would still be as similar as your fitting image as the mirror. The darkened glass surface of yourself reflected many wicked visions. If they realized that you could see out of could appear along the surface in the reflection as well. Above you floats your Akashic disc. The first thing is first. Your action choices are: impart the name of your realm. The previous answer was, our name is Ungluk. Next stage. You are Ungluk. You are the malevolent god. You govern all principles and ideas of evil. Your realm is the greatest and most beautiful. It is called cursed. There in the solar system, however, your realm was not alone. Your brothers and sisters, the other children of the creator Akasha, ruled the other realms on their own planets. You were given the task to make new things yourself. You can rule your realm as you see fit, anywhere you desire. As you ponder it more, you are free, really, completely free to do whatever you please. The disc from the Akashic Records granted much vital foresight and gnosis to your task. You must begin to do things. Your action choices are: view the charter of the gods, so you could study the cosmogony of the universe. Create a new species to populate your realm with. Describe their characteristics. Erect a grand citadel for yourself, a personal paradise. Describe its aesthetic. The previous answer was, view the charter of the gods, so you could study the cosmogony of the universe. Next stage. You need some grounded knowledge about your fellow brothers and sisters, so you know what you're dealing with if you ever come to interact with any of them. Thankfully, the Akashic disc reveals much. You assume they would have their own discs, and so know a little of you as well. 3 of your eldest brothers stand at higher positions than the rest. They are the chiefs as ordained by Akasha. You know that beyond the world, there is a dimension simply known as the beyond. Father already explained as much. From what the disc reveals, the beyond is ruled by an elder god named Siptezhtek, the first of Akasha's children, and the most powerful. He stands above the rest and acts as a stalwart protector for the beyond and that which lies beyond the beyond. The Palace of Father in the Akashic Records. Ristapsu is the name of the one who watches over the solar system. He is the chief here in the world. His planet is a realm known as Heaven, and he seems to be in charge of ensuring the rest of the gods are following their tasks given by Father. He may soon check on you as well. He appears to command all elements, even those of his brothers. Lastly, there is the third son, El-Halalazus. He is death itself. He does not rule one of the planets, but a different plane altogether known as the Dreadwalk. It is the afterlife where souls reside, and already it is populated by the souls of many species that the other gods have long been fashioned in their realms. His scythe can claim anything, and only the elder gods can resist it. Then there were your other siblings, the lesser gods. Thirdin was the god of war and only desires constant battle and war. His realm undergoes this constantly, all until somehow the species on his planet find a way to destroy their world, to which he will simply recreate it from scratch, and start all over again from a stone age. Constant war and battle. He loves it. He even takes part sometimes for fun. Kilkree was the firebird, the goddess who governed fire and magma. She led a mostly boring and uninteresting life, simply taking to perching and nesting all day, while her realm burnt. and elementals danced everywhere. Elementals of fire, of course. Melito was the kindly goddess of nature. She takes her job as Mother Nature very seriously. She is open to always helping the other gods when they call on her. Her realm is one giant bustling garden, with flora and forests, jungles and sprawling reefs. Gelfest is the celestial craftsman. His realm is tiny, but filled to the brims with wealth. Stores of gold, gemstones, silver and all manner of valuable minerals and materials flow through his lethal lakes of it. He has a great forge containing a supernova with which he can craft godly items of any kind. But he will never give them for free. He exacts a price for his wares from the other gods, and when one of them is tempted enough to try and steal something, he wards them away by putting his supernova into his hammer and unleashing GRBs at them. Jazil is the sentinel and devout advocate of morality. She tries to force her Puritan ways onto the other gods almost religiously. Most ignore her, but it comes to a point where she can be plain annoying. Thirdin is in a heated rivalry with him, as she thinks he has no right to simply let so many mortals die every day. Tanga is a monster, the pure incarnation of hatred and calamity. He is currently imprisoned on his devastated realm, for he poses a significant threat to the whole solar system. Telesmus is the mystical mentor of the solar system. He is a close friend to Septeztek as he receives little gnosis daily from the beyond which he feeds on. Compared to the other gods, he is not as durable, but he more than makes up for it with his arcane powers. He has the most populated realm, and thus the most followers. His mortals all know magic. Your action choices are: what is Ungluck's opinions of his siblings? Input opinions. The previous answer was, view the charter of the gods, so you could study the cosmogony of the universe. Next stage. Septeztek a bit boring, but we respect his place in reality, so long as he does ours. Ristapsu somewhat worrisome given he's our overseer, but we won't present his authority, so long as we are given our appointed space to contest it. El Halal is suspicious, both for his deadly sides and mysterious realm. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Third in an upstanding lad, even if his work lacks the focus we do, I'm sure we'll get along well. Kilkree a bit boring, but the flames are plenty inspiring. Maybe one day we'll pluck her feathers and see what we can do. Melito dedicated to her work and friendly to her peers. It's possible she'll never be our ally, but there's no reason to antagonize her. Gelfus much like Kilkree, but a bit more interesting nonetheless. Perhaps we could imitate his work, with our own malevolent twist. Jazil and uptightich getting too involved in everyone else's business, but for good or ill. She's our mirror image, and, Skip, we can acknowledge her place. Tang her top lad, but a bit too belligerent for his own good. Being the only friend he has could be a great boon, and who knows, if we could find a way to pacify him, maybe he could contribute. Telesmus a scrawny nerd with lofty aspirations of grandeur, but there's no reason to get on his bad side. The llama deeply unsettling, and best avoided. Your action choices are: to subscribe. The previous answer was, to subscribe. Next stage. And now the level is finished, maybe, and as never before that de-escalated quickly. Now make sure to leave a comment down below. And again, this is of course a relatively new YouTube channel, so please, make sure to caress the subscribe button, toggle the notification bell, and lightly tap the thumbs up like button, all for 1 week of great luck. And if your luck hasn't improved, please leave a comment down below letting me know about the error in my universal karma management system. Help me on the road to 1000 subs to help support the channel. Thanks for watching. Wanted to see the continuation of this saga? Let me know in the comments down below. Can also leave a like to let me know if this was popular. Your action choices are: to watch another video,